Hello, everyone. I thought we could. I sat here and for 10 minutes, and I realized that I didn't push the button to to make me go live. So I read on um, as a collective for next week, and I just left the cards on the table. That's sometimes I pushed the button, but I didn't get another screen, and I just thought that the button did its job, and I didn't. Hi! Hi, Herc231. It's great to see you. Hey. Um, do you have any questions, or you want me to put out the? I said I thought I was going live just a minute ago, but I wasn't, and I did a collective reading on everybody. So then I realized after I was done that I hadn't pushed the button. So yeah, I'm batting 1,000, batting 1,000, batting 1,000. Well, let's see. Let me think of something else to ask or do a question. But thank you so much for getting on here, Herc. I see you all the time in the Nasty Woman Tarot. You've served me a Long Island tea before. Gin and tonic. Am I still on? Says I am. Oh, there's 2 people watching. Do you have any questions, or would you just like to talk and cut up, or what's the vibe tonight? What does everybody want to do? Hello, Andrea. How are you doing tonight? Hey, Mims! I wish I knew how to make people um, a moderator. I sure do. I sure would make Herc and Mims moderators. But does anybody have any questions, or do you have something uh, like intuition, something about, how to help your intuition, something about difficulty with tarot cards, something, to just a subject to talk about? Or if you have questions, I'll read on them. That's what I do. Let's see here. Kathleen, can you share a little bit about myself? Yes, I am. What do you want to know? uh, I came on my spiritual journey because of a series of events, and they they're long and varied. I was born without a leg due to the measles. My mother had the measles in the first trimester of pregnancy, and so I was born without one leg. I had an aneurysm in my brain and died on the way to the hospital. and came back, and then returned from, um, you know, basically not being able to move at all. And then I had a, it's called Ramsay Hunt syndrome, and it is a shingles in the air. And so, I had all these things that made me get to the point that I'm at. Um, I had I read for people, like face to face or over Zoom, and yeah, I mean, it was the worst thing by far is the Ramsay Hunt thing, because I had pain, vertigo, ringing in the ear, just so bad, and that all of a sudden, I was a nurse before the aneurysm, and all of a sudden that put into perspective, because I was always of the mindset that yes, you worked on the mind, but the body was more important, until I got to where that I was afraid that I was losing touch on reality, because the thing is the virus did the damage to the nerves, and the nerves had to recover from the damage, and it took them about 2.5 years to return to where excuse me, to where the ringing and the extreme vertigo and the sudden pain went away. And so that formed a PTSD. And it was like I had to bring all the pieces of myself back into a cohesive thing that is me. And I can't afford therapy. And so I got a deck of tarot cards and started working through what for me. I mean, I've been empathic all my life, but I didn't want that. I didn't want I've been different all my life. But the leg, I I walked so well and everything, that if I had on jeans, you would not know that, up until the aneurysm, you wouldn't know that there was anything from me, and about, you wouldn't realize I had an artificial leg, because my gait was so steady. And then after the stroke, you know, you you have to know, because now I have I look like, I have that slight drag. But it wasn't until I was tortured by my own body. I had this I call it torture, because the pain would come, the pain would go. I would spend hours without it. The vertigo would come, the vertigo would go. The ringing in the ears would come, the ringing in the ears would go. And so I did not want another target on my back, you know, but, I didn't want another way to be different. I didn't want another way, another thing to have me sneered at. And so I resisted it for as long as I could, and then it said nope. And so I have flashes of insight, and the cards, I know the meanings of the cards, but I'm kind of looking at them for the cards to tell me a story. Oh, thank you, Mims. Yeah, that's the problem. Um, the about about Mims. I'm speaking directly to you. That's the problem. Is that if everybody realized that everyone is different and not the same as you, and that's okay, that would help with a lot. Well, that would help. That would just about cure a lot of society's problems. Thank you. I'm a retired. Andrea says, "Thank you. I'm a retired teacher of the deaf, and several of my kiddos also came to the planet with a measles card from their moms. Yeah, American Sign Language is a second language for me. How interesting. Yeah, I'm horrible. Hey, Sheila. I'm horrible at languages, but I can understand. I can understand sign language. I mean, I can. Okay, I am not an interpreter, but I can look at it and remember, and then. But the alphabet was how, because as a emergency room nurse, I had to know that, and because you know I I had to know that, and so I was just like, I just learned the basic alphabet and did that. Let's see. Um, I have to. How do I do that? How do I set you as a mod? I've wanted to know between Mims and um, Sheila and Herc. I thought I would set you as mods, but I'm on StreamYard. Do I need to get something else? Hello, Ron. It's so good to see you. Yay. What? Okay, I got him. Um, let's see. Can I? I have to go to YouTube. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Goodness, what happened? I guess I got knocked off, huh? Oh, I should do it on the computer. Okay. Okay. Can I do it on an iPad? Because I I'll have to go set up my laptop. Oh, come on. All right. Okay. On the computer through your YouTube. All right. I'll have to go set up my computer to do it, but it looks like the the computer is so horrible. See, here it doesn't. Okay. I'll go on computer. But the camera on the computer that I have, I mean it's an HP and all that kind of stuff, but it's it it's a little wonky. I'll try it on the computer. Okay, I'll go off, set up the computer and try it, and y'all come back to me, okay? And then I can do moderators as well. But you'll come back, won't you? It'll probably take me about 10 to 15 minutes. It's okay, just use it to take care of moderators. Oh, okay. Just leave this one set up. Okay. And then join it. Okay, leave this one up. All right, I'm gonna try to. Ha ha. What are you doing? You want to come meet peoples? You want to come meet peoples? Huh? You want to come meet peoples? Say hello. No, no, she doesn't want to say hello. Hello. Her name is Grania. Okay, okay. Go on. All right. I started to get up and she was like, no, Mama's getting up. Where are we going? Let's see here. Come get me the laptop, please. Okay. All right. It takes forever for the thing to boot up. And it's huge. It's huge. Okay. Now then. Uh, Let this thing, let's see. Okay, I hit mute so that you wouldn't hear the different people yelling back and forth. What did you do with the laptop? Where's the laptop? Is it over there? So, so then I can yell at my family. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let me see. It takes it a while to boot up. Boot, boot, boot. Sonora. Let's see. Oh, Mims, you're in Oregon? Let's see. Are readings from anyone in our card? Oh, really? Wow. Andrea, too vivid past life memories? Okay. On. Come on. Oh, it gave the little bloop, bloop. So that's a good sign, isn't it? It's actually, working. Ah, there we are. We got a screen. We got a screen. Yes. I don't know why, but my HP takes forever to boot. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I don't know why it took so long. So long. Do 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 do. Past life memories are really, really a pretty cool um, thing to happen. But past a past life reading is really cool. Um, there's so much. I don't know. It's just almost like it's so cool to ever think of yourself as being a someone who viewed history. I don't know. It's just a cool. Oh, okay. For practices classes tonight. How cool, Ron. Okay. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. See if I can get my. Yay! Here, up it came. Up it came. Up it came. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Do, do, do. I don't know why, but you know that song. Remember the movie Beetlejuice? This is completely random, but and you know the song, da 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 Sonora, shake it all the time. I do not know why, but ever since the chat began, that has been going through my mind. I don't know why. And so, if you hear me going da da da, I'm. That's just what happens sometimes with me. Music seems to, what is it? Earworms possess me. Da, da, da. Let me see. I know what I'm going to do. Now, how do I get into my own reading? Why is that showing up? I'm not talking to you. What? Touching the names may work. See if you can touch our names and 3 dots to change our settings there. Now I'm on StreamYard. I got 2 options. Put them in timeout or block them. Eek! Okay. Look for my name, maybe. Okay. Haha! It only took 4.5 years to do that. Okay. Haha! It only took 4.5 years to do that. Okay. Haha! It only took 4.5 years to do that. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right. You're a moderator. And you're a moderator. Yay! Not without shutting the session down. Yeah, I was trying to. I did it! Even though it took 3 years for the computer to boot up. Okay. Let's see. Now then, back to what did I do? She can't shut it down? What? Now, how did I do the banner or the Okay, I'm gonna get too wound up in the technical. But I wanted to I don't want to do that. I want it. I wonder how I take the how did I put the banner that says Ron Unconditional Love Sorrow? How did I do that? I'm just yeah, we should talk about guides. That everybody's guide appears to them in a different manner. Let's see. I hate having a picture of me over here, so I'm gonna shut down my laptop. It's in the way of the cards anyway. Or I'm gonna just, maybe instead of shutting it down in case I need it again, I'll just put it on the bed over there. Rania, where are you? Because I don't want to wind up. needing it again, but I don't want my dog flipping my laptop over the into the floor, over the dealio. Um, okay. Got it. I can still moderate Ron in if his messages are still down here. Okay, let's see. Ron, where are you? Ron, I saw him just aha. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on a minute. I'm going to stop the camera just so you won't see, up my nose. How's that? Now then, get back down. Use the laptop. Yeah, I did to make him a moderator. Yeah. Would love to hear stories how folks became aware and and develop a relationship. Well, I don't know about other people, um, but I I have always had, um, you know, just a everybody talks about, oh, this, it's your conscience telling you, what to do. It's your subconscious and everything, and so that's what I always believe. But my guide has always been there throughout my life, and I didn't meet my guide. I didn't know that actually my guides existed and have actual messages from them until I began meditating. I think I think the problem is the your conscious brain is so overworked and it's going here and there and everywhere, but that I think would. There you go, Sheila. I went. Yes, said that before you went over there. Yeah. Um, the death, the near death experience, or dying and coming back, or whatever you want to call it, was so profound. Um, I, I cannot not find words to describe it. Peace, but it was like the most. I you think you have known peace, you have known joy, you have known love, you have known, because that's our worldly experience. But words don't can't can't describe can't describe because it was so profound. you know. Oh, has Ron had a near death experience as well? He's a great guy. He's always so cheerful and you know just somebody that you really think you would want to be want to spend time around. What you had is an experience with beyond the third dimension, Mims. Yeah. I mean, it's so and I get frustrated because that was part of when I had my aneurysm. That was part of um the really bad side effects is I could I I did not have slurring of words with not being able to speak. I would when I would just speak thinking that I was saying, "Would you hand me that glass of water?" But what would come out was, anybody's guess. Well, um, okay. A doctor asked me how I was feeling. I answered him, "You would look lovely with butterflies in your hair." You see? And so I knew what I was saying, what I was trying to convey, I knew it, but it took me, when I woke up, it took me 3 days to recover enough um, to realize that what was coming out of my mouth wasn't what was in my head. And, you know, because I wondered why everybody was looking at me so crazy and why nobody was paying any attention to what I said. uh, yeah, yeah. I have a dead spot in my brain about that big where um, the uh, I, at first I couldn't move my anything, no movement on either side. And then after, about 4 days, my left side really came back and, it came back online. Yeah, yeah. But I got a hole that big. And they called, they, I spent forever in ICU while they gave me medications to see if the um, you know, it was kind of one of those things to where they were like, do we take her to operate? Do we not? Doing it? Do we not? Do we? And so, um, but it stopped. Luckily, it was only you know a small vessel that blew. Yep. Yep, my brain is working around the area. It was actually, if you are a nurse, Mims, it was near the hypothalamus, is actually the location of the stroke. Oh, Andrea, I assisted with my best friend's transition. Oh, oh, I bet, Andrea. Um, I watched her life force soul leave her body slowly, as did family members who were all deaf. It profoundly impacted my concept of the soul. I imagine that would be a just a oh, the that would be so. I mean, I have seen a lot of stuff, and you can't argue that there's no divinity There's no, I don't know. It's really hard for me to see the amazing things that I've seen and not have a definite um, belief in the divine. Yeah, yeah, to witness it. Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Well, does anybody want to ask any questions as far as like for the cards to answer? Ouch. Something bit me. Yeah, the waves of, well, yeah. I mean, to me, um, it's almost it's almost as if it's not smoke exactly, but it follows a it's not the shimmery to in my perception, and for me, it's not the shimmery um waves of heat. It's almost like a an undulating waves. They're it's like S waves of that are doing that. It's hmm, it's I don't know. It's like fog or something like that, and heat together. I can't I can't explain it. It is very very profound. But I haven't ever been with somebody when their family was around them, and I just it it would be so different not in a hospital setting with them dying alone. I mean, oh yeah, I can just bet that, you know, if they were there and they didn't weren't able to see it, that it would bother them. Bless their hearts. Yeah. Animal soul energy look the same. Really? That's interesting. Um, Now I'm trying to think if I ever, I have had one dog put down because he had mouth cancer and his jaw was was coming, and they said there was no, the vet said that I could spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, but it was not going to prolong his life. And so um, I put him down. But he he was in so much pain. The interesting part of it is I saw the shivers, the smoky wisp, um, before his heart actually stopped beating. And I don't know if his soul just said, Look, I'm out of here. I'm not waiting for it. And then, within a few minutes he died. How about a read from on a year from now, the shifts and changes. Okay, a year from now, the shifts and changes. How shifts and changes. I'm going to change decks. I just feel I'm going to do the Rider Waite. Oh, yeah. Okay. Shifts and changes in the coming year. What's going to be affecting us in the coming year? Shifts and changes. Help me, Spirit. Help me convey my message. Make sure that I am a good messenger and can relay the message that you send. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The Four of Cups. That means a community coming together in celebration. Okay. As scared as everyone is about the health crisis and yada yada yada, this is a good card. Science, a clear mind is going to prevail. The King of Wands, it's because everyone sees the bigger picture, where we come to realize that life is more about, caring for one another, loving one another, being someone who at the core would stand for you, being the loyalty, the courage, the determination has to be in everyone to make things happen, to inspire. This is like the king of inspiration. you know, he innovation and inspiration will come out in this next year because he's also the king of entrepreneurs. And so I'm thinking that we will have actually some, and for some reason I'm thinking there's going to be some sort of technological breakthrough in the next year. That's interesting. I'm going to have to do a reading. I do control remote viewing, and I'm going to have to think about making that one of my targets. Not for my homework. I'm still going to school for it, and everything has to be verified, verifiable targets. But, well, if I do it and it says it is, and it shows what it'll be, that would be cool for after it comes out if I can draw a picture of it. In the coming year, we have the Knight of Cups. And so what this means is we realize that sometimes we need to show love. We need to send messages of love. But also we need to be more diplomatic in how we speak, because oftentimes a lot of the flack is just because people are too quick to take They're they're quick to give offense and quick to take offense, if you understand what I'm saying. Um, they don't think before they speak, and then if someone gets mad, they, um, you know, the responsibility is on all parties to hear, to listen, and to respond. Okay, and this is our ending card. Happy families, rainbows. I mean, that's just an awesome card. I mean, if I had them laid out, I couldn't have planned that one better, because we've taken those cups and we filled them with teaching, with knowledge, with the love of humanity, with the, how our compassion and our everything. And it's only because we have the compassion and the love and the responsibility and the innovation and all that kind of stuff that we can pull everyone into a better space. And I'm horrible. I cannot do a reading and um, look at the chat at the same time. I can't do it, man. I'm gonna have to learn to have multiple eyes on the prize, I guess. Because it's like, I don't know why. It's like whenever I'm reading my I if I do it too much, it's like it throws me out of the reading. Yeah, I really thought that those were nice cards. Um, yeah, we have to give each other a hand up, Mims. I mean, it's you can't you cannot get ahead in life without help. So, I mean, and I guess that's why so many of the people at the very, very top, treat everybody like, I can do this without you, because they were born with all that, lots of money and blah, blah, blah. That's funny. Using multiple areas of the brain is new to all of us. well, well, at least my brain aneurysm was in 2002. So I've had enough time between because I that would be awful trying to do this several years ago would have been the pickets. I mean, technology wise, I am completely handicapped. Completely. Did Sheila go? Oh, I know. Let me get my there's a um deal. I have a thing of question cards. Let me get the question cards, and we'll kind of pick out a question. There we are. You still with us? Sheila, are you still there, or did you leave? Hi, Hi, Cardamancy Mesquite. It's wonderful to see you. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. What can I do to help manifest my dreams? How do I change my thoughts to attract more love and luck in my life? Let me see if there's any I can turn into general. What do I need to view with fresh new eyes whilst on this journey? Oh, why don't we do that one? That's a good one. Let's see how that ends up. Yeah, it's good to see you, Cardamancy Mesquite. And it's like some people like Mims and Cardamancy we're we get in sync on certain days to where that we all make the same we'll all make the same lives over and over, and I'm like, wow. Yay, you're here. Let's see. Let's see what we can come across. What do I need to view with fresh eyes whilst on this journey? What does what what does what do tarot readers on YouTube give you with fresh eyes while on this journey? Want to do that? What I don't I need something. Yeah, cartomancy. I understand the cartomancy, but the mesquite. Do you live in Texas? And what is it? Northeast Texas? As for the mesquite, that's horrible. The panhandle. Mesquite, Texas. Okay. I live in Oklahoma, so I'm not far. Not far. But the my my taro. My doctor said my allergy doctor asked me. He said he came, running in there with. I mean, I'm allergic to everything under the sun, but he walked in with a purpose, and he said, "You're not a you do not live in Texas," because he was in Houston. He said, "You do not live in Texas, do you?" And I said, "No," and because he said, "Well, I was out in the hall and they handed me these results, and mesquite wood is you're very very allergic to mesquite pollen." So I got tickled as that he was so alarmed. He didn't even like go back to the nurse's station and look at the chart. He ran to the room and asked me. Let's see. What do we need to view with fresh eyes whilst on this journey? What do we need to view with fresh eyes whilst on this spiritual journey? What do we need to view with fresh eyes while we're on this spiritual journey? I've got the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Hierophant. Okay. We, on our spiritual journeys, we need to realize that we have to balance. We have to, if we we have to ground ourselves. We have to balance ourselves. We have to be in the world that we're living in, as well as in the divine, in spirit, so making sure that after we've done readings, after we've done remote viewing, any spiritual exhausted, that we take a few minutes to ground ourselves, to eat something and truly enjoy it, to take a bath and immerse yourself in its, we need to ground ourselves and take care of our earthly responsibilities to ourselves, as well as our spiritual capabilities. Okay. We have that fire, passion, inspiration to that, and many of us are feeling it more and more and more deeply because of um, the need for it. Okay, so know that, yeah, I still want to have balance here, but the passion, the um, the thrill of the spirituality, the need, the driving need, comes to a point to where that we feel like that we can't obtain balance. So knowing that balance is at the base of this reading reinforces why it's it's so important. But to be able to heal anyone, we have to go back and heal all the trauma that was done to us. We have to, you don't necessarily have to completely heal it, but you have to begin the healing. And if you do that, you're going to have conflict in it. It's going to, there's going to be a it's, you're going to have to choose your battles. You're going to have to decide what you can let go of with past trauma, what you can let go of without talking to that other person that caused the trauma. And for many people in childhood, someone who causing the trauma may be dead. So having that, you will not have that closure. Okay. So having, making those decisions to walk away from this, to put it to bed, to forgive someone, because you aren't forgiving them for them, because they may never, they may not even be on this earth anymore. Who you are forgiving for is yourself, because you can't hold that pain without causing pain. Okay. So it's knowing when to pick your battles. So choose to forgive. Always choose to forgive. And we've got the Hierophant, and it's at the base. So this is about your spirituality, and you know, but it's not. Some people say it's about your spirituality, but it's more about religion, government, structure, conformity, tradition. It's all the trappings of, with two men, begging basically at his feet, his two whatever. So what this suggests to me is, don't feel constrained by what, your mama said, your your the beliefs in a system that, hmm, it's uh, tradition. It's the stranglehold of the church. It's that's where this fellow walks. He's a, I guess, and here that makes sense. I do my 5 cards like a pyramid, okay? And I put the first card down, and then a little bit up I put the second card, and then a little bit up I put the third card, and then I start walking them back down. And so the balance, and this guy that structures and into, he business, big kind of business, and tradition, and all that thing is, and is directly across from balance. So that tells me that is, you're getting enough of of the structure and balance. You need to spend a little bit more time in nature. We all need to have those aha moments with spirit to keep us inspired. Um, you know, so that's all I got with that. Yes, we can go beyond it now. Yeah. He looks like a clown. So maybe humor and finding balance. So that's true. That's true. I have never figured out his big hat, man. I'm always a little bit. Actually, if you look at his ragged skirt, I got a flower that kind of, if you do that with the ragged skirt, and it kind of is, it's kind of an orangey flower, and the base of it is uh, drawn like that. Yeah, ballot. Yeah. But have you noticed how many flowers are? I mean, well, um, what about, what other kind of interesting thing do you want to talk on? Things with other parts of the body? Yeah. Oh gosh. That's too good. That's too good. So, well, yeah, it's like, it's just telling you that to be able to, probably to be able to find balance, you need to work on your past traumas, and you can decide who you want to get, you know, face to face and tell them that you forgive them and all that kind of stuff, because that's up to you. So the Five of Swords in that situation is choose your battles. So it's a matter of choosing what battle you want to fight. And you don't have to do all of your traumas at one time. It's choosing which one to address. And you know, and it is a battle. Forgiveness is not something that is not, you don't have to just be at war with yourself. So choosing your battles is, I think that was a key message. So it's, what it's saying is to find balance in um this, between the spiritual world and the mundane world. We have to be someone who will go into ourselves and find the um, the core of that trauma and try to heal it. So that's how to keep inspiration. The only reason, biologically speaking, for flowers is I would plan to reproduce. Well, there you go, Mims. I guess I had never thought of it quite that way, but yeah, that's funny. Yes, yes, Mims. To forgive someone is, it's not about, you know, you're right, I'm wrong, or, you know, you did this to me, now you bleed on the ground. Or, you know, it has to do with surrendering our surrendering ourselves to spirit in a way that when you strive, when you reach the goal of forgiveness, it's almost like you were the one forgiven for feeling that way. It's wonderful. Honestly, you don't see forgiveness, rather for me is going to the place of compassion. Well, I mean, it is going to a place of compassion. But what I'm saying is, um, for anyone who has people to forgive, the compassion has, I'm not arguing that the compassion is not there. It's just, we, you get so much profound relief in um, in the forgiveness, that you, it's almost as if you're having compassion for yourself. You do you see what I'm trying to, eh, it's almost as if it's like you you finally gotten past, it's not, yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying, because some things I don't really think I forgave him. I say I didn't give him a free pass kind of thing. But I think I see what you're saying, because mhm, to get to a place of compassion and then to forgive, or to, but for me it was more like I forgive you to get this out of my life. You are still bad. I don't want to speak to you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to look at you. I don't, that's fine. But to get this piece of glass out of my own eye, if I don't pull it out and toss it, and it's going to, you know, keep bleeding and never heal. So, um, I I see what you're saying, Andrea, about the compassion, but mm, yeah, yeah, it is a relief, and it is a feeling. Yeah, so let that thing go. Exactly, Mims. I mean, just not be. I mean, I'm never saying you should go to your, traumatizer and tell him you forgive. No, you know, I I won't do that. But the forgiveness for yourself, it's almost like self-love. I mean, it's not something that, oh, oh, well, bless his heart. When that's horrible. I couldn't, I can't imagine. Y- Okay, I'm gonna just say this, and I'm probably be criticized for it, but to hang yourself in a grotesque way like that, and then knowing that that your children could see you like that, I just, I can understand despair, and I can understand, you know, being pushed past the point of no return, but I can't see traumatizing another person to do away with myself. If I wanted to do away with myself, I would find some way that um, did not traumatize my child. If I was determined to do it. Mm. I see what you're saying, Andrea, because you can see what type of trauma you you can step back and you can see everything. Um, it's really awesome that we as readers, as clairvoyants, as psychics, as seers, as mediums, as whatever you want to call yourself, we can see things from another perspective, and it's like in the deck we are the ultimate hangman, because we always see different. Each client I have, each time I do a reading, each tarot book I read, each, you know, I find a different perspective on that, and but it's the humans that really really, it's readings and their stories and everything, and it's so cool to be able to get feedback, um, instantly to, like, you're right on target and all this kind of stuff. So those kind of things can be so profound. They affect our entire perspective. Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean. Thank you for the authentic. Yeah, well, you're right, Mims. I mean, it's often, I often think the person who does that is in so much pain that they cannot think to the point where they realize their kids would see them. That's that's true. But I, you know, kids, anybody hurting a kid, anybody, that they're like my trigger button. you know. Well, I always had trouble with the with the people who, um yeah, we gain people through listening to each other. Yeah. Um People who abuse their children, I have I had to work with myself on, because when I was a 26-year-old nurse working in the ER, a woman called and she said, some there was some it was some chemical like Drano, or you know I don't remember what it was now, but she said, it does, are they bad to drink? I said, yeah. She said, well, my son's foaming at the mouth and he's twitching, and he drank this about 10 minutes ago. And I'm going, where are you? I'll send you an ambulance. And she said, oh, no, no, I'll come. And we didn't, that was before, we had caller ID and all that kind of stuff. So I had I mean, no clue. And this, was, now I'm now 52, so, or 53. 50. So it's been a while. So, I was waiting, pacing, and the supervisor over the ER, she's, she said, well, maybe it was a prank call. And I'm just like, well, I can't wait. I can't. So you know, I did other things. 20 minutes go by, and this pickup went through the, entryway for the people to drop people off, and went around and parked. And so when I saw that pickup drive through, I jumped up and ran out there, and I'm watching this pickup. She meanders around the parking lot. She, you know, there's several parking spaces, but she decides she wants one over here and all this kind of stuff. And then she gets out of her pickup and she grabs her purse, puts it over her head, and she looks around in the bag for a bit, and then she pulls on this child toward her, and he sees him. And I ran down there. I screamed over my shoulder, crash cart, blah, 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 blah. And I ran down there, ran down the hill, got the kid, did CPR on my way back in. And um, we got him back, but they were sending him to the city because this was a small rural hospital. And I'm gonna tell it myself. Um, Once we got him in the air, Dodd, my supervisor, locked me in the storeroom, and I mean made it to where I could not get out of the storeroom because um, the mama was still there, and I was gonna go have words with her, but my supervisor saved me because I was just too I was too upset at the time, and the baby he had when we pulled his started cutting his clothes and this and that and the other, he was wet, so we cut his pants off to get him more comfortable, and when we pulled the pants away, he was like 2.5 maybe. Pulled the pants away, and skin came with it because he had been wet for a long while. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's a source for you too, and Andrea. Oh, it just it's just so bad. Does anybody have? What I do? Does anybody have anything else to? Any stories? Anything like that? Oh, I haven't been. Well, I've been on the front line at ERs many for 10 years or more, but because of the aneurysm, I've got big, huge blanks in my brain, and I would have to try to relearn, or I would have to relearn to a point, and then it's like it was the same way for math. When I relearned addition, it and it was so funny. I could count money because money was tangible, but 2 plus 2 I couldn't do. So, um, but when I relearned like addition, it was like I struggled and struggled and struggled, and then whoom, it's like I can do subtraction as well as and with but I only did addition, subtraction, and I started multiplications again. I thought I'll use a calculator. I mean, I know that's lazy, but I cannot stand math. I couldn't stand it the first time. So ever since my stroke or my aneurysm, because it's whatever you want to call it, I did not have to be have my brain opened up, but I have a dead spot about the size of a walnut. You know, or you know what a walnut size is. And it was from I became allergic to latex, and I had a latex reaction, and everything was swelling up, and my throat was closed off. So I used the EpiPen, and I stabbed, and it's like I don't know how many to one thing of it being the needle landing in a vessel and shooting you with epinephrine is, but it's very great, and that that I had a small little. They said that the deal, it was just a small little break. They said, had this gone on for several more years, I would not have had this little tiny spot been this way for several years. It would have deteriorated to the point to where I wouldn't have survived it. So. Okay, switch. Let me switch gears, Kathleen. How is Christine Blasey Ford doing now? The gal who testified in that mock hearing against Kavanaugh. Oh, oh. What was? I had an pen for use during my years as a beekeeper, but I never had to use it. Well, and bees are fascinating to me. They are. They are just so awesome. And I mean, they're so gentle. I mean, you have to be squashing them almost to you have to be hitting them or but now if you disturb one, they kind of all come to the rescue. But yeah, these are so cool. Let's see, Kavanaugh, the gal who testified in that mock hearing against Kavanaugh. Christine Blasey Ford. I have no idea who she is because I didn't hear. Well, I may have heard, but if it's, 2 seconds ago, I'm kidding. In politics and everything, but if it was a little bit, maybe I just heard and forgot. Yeah, those bees are, I mean, everybody's scared of them, but they actually, unless you hurt them, they don't hurt you. And I, I think that's neat. Um, let's see. Christine Blasey Ford. What did her saying, what did she say against him? Was it, like sexual misconduct? Was it, corrupt behavior? Was it, because I'm blind on her. I remember the Kavanaugh hearings, but I was so in such a place of I've got to stop watching or I'm going to go insane, you know? And so I would limit myself to, I would take myself out of the picture for an entire week, because I was like, it is built too much. And then I go back and they, all the stories were like, and I'm thinking, what did I miss? And so attempted rape. Yeah. Blasey, Christina Blasey Ford. Blasey Ford. Christina Ford. Spirit guides, keep my words to guide my words so that the understanding of what you mean comes through. The understanding of what you mean comes through. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow. I was asking about her, and I have no idea, but as far as how she's doing right now, how she's doing, I got the sun card. Joy, satisfaction. There is something is really, um, it's she is going to have satisfaction. I don't know what it is, but she's um, this is the card of, um, I don't want to say hoarding, but it's like you assess the value of what you have and you're trying to hang on to it. You you there, you don't let go of things easily. And for that to be beside the sun, it's like she's going to make, um, this, it is important to her for this message to get across. And she will not, she has the sun, she will not stop and just let it be swept under the carpet. Um, Here's the world. um, it's like, I think Brett Kavanaugh's, um, bad deeds are coming full circle. I'm not sure, if how that she had something to do with that, but um, she's got the victory card because I asked this from her perspective, and she has the Seven of Pentacles, which is, you know, she planted the seeds, and this is at the base of the reading. The two cards at the base of the reading are the first and last card. The seeds, like, see, all those sunflower seeds coming out, and he is collecting them. See the little sunflowers? He is collecting them for next year too. So what I'm getting from all this is, it's not like, um, Little Miss Sunshine making accusations. This lady has power, and or not necessarily power, but she has brains working for her in this situation. She has power in this situation because, whoever her lawyer is, whoever believe in her she has backers, and she's going to win. I mean, I'm thoroughly convinced of that. I mean, my God, you have you have the Seven of Wands, which, I mean, the Six of Wands. I'm sorry. She has Six of Wands, which is victory. You have the World, which is completion, and you have the Sun, which is joy. There's just, it's like screaming from the rooftops. Let's see here. Get back. I really guess I need more glasses. I mean, better glasses. Mine are like 4 years old. I was hoping for them to last longer than that, though. Mm. Let's see. The sexual predator energy prevails even today, including sex trafficking of minors. That's why I'm bringing it up. I know. It's like caged children. We pretended all the way, and it wasn't. California and Texas had several caged children facilities. I know. It's sad. Uh, yeah, and It's terrifying to think that the human trafficking situation is so bad. It's gotten to this point, you know? It's crazy. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to do something. Maybe I get some reading glasses as well. I mean, mine are the no line bifocals. So I guess if I lift them up, that helps a lot. Or I guess I could wear two sets. One so I could see the print, one so I could see the cards far away from me. 12-foot program. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, I'm empowered to spirit. I think that um, that's the thing that religion and government and anyone keeping trying to keep one person or one set of people or people in general um, in a box is because once you realize that you can talk to God, once you realize that you are the powerful one, you can think for yourself. If you could not think for yourself, the realization that you can do it. You have the ability. Really, really does help. Okay, I am getting kind of tired, and I need to go do some stuff. Melania was groomed by her father, and her relationship with him was like Ivanka in 45. Oh, ugh, that is so gross. I mean, I, I honestly thought every time I would see them together, Ivanka at 45, before he ever became president, whenever I would see him, you know, doing something for The Apprentice and Ivanka was around, it, I would get the creeps. I would get the heebie-jeebies. Uh, I don't know what that was telling me, but every time I would see him interact, I would, mm. So, but yeah, well, thank you. Come and visit my channel again. I had a fun time, and I would love it if you guys would subscribe to me if you're not already. And um, I'm trying to come up with how to like do a talk uh, on intuition and how to amp up your intuition and blah blah blah. And I've got things about how to um, how to begin getting out of that negativity because sometimes it's so hard to begin it. And so, I was gonna do that. So, and next week, Wednesday the 18th at um, 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Central, because I'm in Central. Allie's in Pacific. Allie from Heart and Soul Connection is going to come on my channel. And we're going to kind of go over, shadow work and all kinds of stuff. We're going to just have a little interview. It's really, you should see her. She's really, if you don't know who she is, Heart and Soul Connected, she's great. Hugs. Bye, y'all.